and welcome to Cable TV with me, Helen. It's all about the drum and bass right now as we play host to the Renegade Hardware 18th birthday bash.
My name's DJ Ink, and you're watching Cable TV.
Now for a true valiant of the bass music scene, having journeyed through hip-hop, techno and early rave, before becoming a fixture in the early drum and bass scene, and then a Metalhead's resident, it is Loxy. Loxy, welcome.
Hey.
Thanks for talking to us today.
No worries.
I wanted to start off by asking you, obviously you're kind of a bit of a veteran, you've been in the kind of dance music, bass music scene for a long time, like starting off kind of even in the hip-hop scene.
Yeah.
Can you talk to us a bit about that kind of progression and how it's kind of led to drum and bass and where you are now?
Well, I was always kind of like in different stuff, like breaking the mold. So I was into obviously hip-hop, and then I started hearing acid house, pyro radios back in the day, and then obviously that got me into it. Decided to start DJing. I've been in it for a long time, so obviously I've seen the transition from acid house to hardcore to jungle drum and bass, obviously to the present day. It's been, like I said, interesting because of obviously it's always cool to see how things have changed over the years and been through it, but pretty much fundamentally the same influences, but it's just been a steady transformation and it's been cool to see.
What makes Renegade Hardware stand out to you compared to other drum and bass nights?
Renegade Hardware as a night has always been about pushing new talent as well as the older talent kind of thing. So it's always kind of stayed relevant with always bringing out new artists as well as the nights. DJs you hear DJs that you might not necessarily hear at other events because they're not as established, whereas Renegade Hardware tends to take a chance with new people, new DJs and stuff, and I think that's what keeps it fresh.
What's your favourite kind of memory of DJing at Cable, or what do you like about DJing at Cable?
Cable's just, I like the venue for starters, which is always a good thing. The sound's always good. The whole thing in general, really. Cable's just a good place to play.
What's next for you? What can we look forward to?
I've got a Various Artists album coming on my label, which is Cylon Recordings. I've also got a release on Metalhead's Platinum Breaks, Metalhead's 12, track on Exit Records, and a release on Samurai Records. So yeah, there's a lot coming out. Yeah.
Nice. Thank you very much.
No worries.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Now I'm going to hand over to my co-presenter Nat, who's been roaming the club chatting to the ravers.
Just outside of Cable for the 18th birthday of Renegade Hardware, and mate, check the queue. Mad, it's going to be a good one.
Happy 18th birthday, Renegade Hardware!
It's a wicked event. It's the best out of the lot, to be fair.
Personally for me, it's the music. And the thing about the music here, Renegade in Cable, the sound system's ridiculous.
What keeps you coming back? What do you like about it?
I guess like the venue, like it's cool, like the sound system's really good, like to come and listen to bass.
People that love the music, they come here, and that's what it's about.
Have you guys come all the way from Ireland just for this night?
Some of us are living in England now due to the L recession that kicked in there, but other of us have travelled over all right, yeah. Everybody's over for this, and it's pretty much the biggest drum and bass night in the world for some people, you know what I mean? Especially the Room 2s, you know, Loxy, Rough House, all that kind of stuff. It doesn't get better than this anywhere you go, so.
That's what Ryanair is for, you know?
Yeah, getting you to things like this.
Ryanair might lose your suitcases, but by God, they facilitate the head cases, you know?
I am thrilled now to be joined on the Cable TV sofa by long-time Renegade Hardware collaborator and Colours audio heads, the artist formerly known as DJ Ink. It's Jace. Jace, welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming and talking to us. I wanted to start just by asking you, Renegade Hardware, 18 years.
Well, initially, obviously, I was making drum and bass under the guise of DJ Ink and the Architects. And I actually met Clayton at a dub cutting house. And he must have mentioned like one of his favorite tracks, and it happened to be our track at the time. So that's how we met, and he wanted us to do some music for his label then, which was TLV. Hardware wasn't even, conceived yet, so.
What's your favorite memory of Hardware?
There's so many. I've been with it since the beginning,
Yeah.
so, it's really hard to say, but definitely our last night at the End Club, that was, touching, to see the people who come down regularly.
Hardware is very much characterised by its distinctive sounds and and it kind of really pushing kind of drum and bass. What you put on is actually a lot more kind of eclectic.
The people who run Renegade Hardware, like myself, Clayton, Loxy, we're all music people, and we have a wide range of things that we're into. So we found it very important to bring in other forms of music, and that was the birth of Colors Audio. If at the moment focus is on house and deep house and tech house, so we're bringing in people like Colin Dale, legends, to come in and really put down the music and show people that we're serious.
And then just finally, just going back to Hardware, where do you see it progressing?
We're always moving forward and always trying to think of the next thing to do to capture our audience. We just want to keep the night in line with the label and keep that quality. So that's what we're all about for the future.
Exciting stuff. Thank you so much.
Great.
Time for another dance music legend to join me on the cable couch. With his wildly influential Abstract Dance show and as head honcho of the Abstract Dance label, this man has been an essential part of bringing techno, electro and tech house to the mainstream. I'm delighted to welcome Colin Dale. Welcome, it's great to have you with us.
Thanks for having me. Nice to be here.
I wanted to talk to you first about how you first got into kind of dance music.
I've actually got quite a strong soul and funk background. That's when I started going out. I was really into dancing. I was also quite a lot into pirate radio. I'm talking about when I was sort of 15, 16 years old. It kind of grew from there, really. It was a hobby that became my profession.
You were there obviously for the early days of Kiss.
That's right, yeah, very early on.
How did you get involved in that?
I was really lucky when Kiss first came along because it was kind of a friend thing. I know this guy, he's got a lot of records, shall we get him on to do a show? And it was literally like that how I got involved.
I read that Tim Westwood was quite a significant figure in your early career. Can you tell us more about that?
Very much so.
Man's full of surprises.
Myself and Fabio used to dance. Yeah. And we had a dance troupe called Three Bass. We used to dance down at Tim Westwood's club. I was really good friends with Tim, and then one day the main DJ didn't turn up, and Tim asked me to play, and Tim gave me my first main gig. Yeah.
Amazing.
After that first time, I became resident at Gossips in Soho. And it kicked off from there, really.
Can you tell me a bit about what's going on with the label, future projects, what's coming up?
We're relaunching Abstract Dance Records. It's a label we were running some 10, maybe 15 years ago. Went into a hiatus for a few years, and we're bringing it back this year. And playing, some of the best clubs in the world. Just keeping busy at the moment.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thanks to the crew as well.
Thanks to the Renegade Hardware crew who tore it up tonight with one of the hardest, most forward-thinking drum and bass sessions that we've had here at Cable. Join us next time for more exclusive interviews, more behind-the-scenes tidbits here at Cable TV.
Stay out of trouble, you crazy kid.